Good afternoon, my angels, my loves. Thank you for joining me on my channel, Guided Leap of Faith. We're going to look into the energy today to see what's going on. Before we do so, two things on the board. Let's look at saying happy birthday to my Leos. Happy birthday, Leos. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Secondly, I want to say that I hope that you guys did the manifestation for the 8-8 portal that we just had. The closing that 8-8 portal out would have been August 10th, which was yesterday. So I hope that you were able to manifest and do everything that you needed to do for that. Okay, so before we tap into the energy, I do feel like the energy right now is on the person that you withdrew your energy from and went into no communication with. I do feel like they are feeling regretful. They are feeling regretful for losing you. I do feel like they would like to be able to have a second chance with you, to come back and communicate with you. However, I feel like they feel like things will never be the same. Like you don't want to communicate with them no more. I feel like they feel like it really is finality, like it's over. You guys have moved on. Some of you have moved on to new relationships, or some of you have just moved on with just pointing to yourself and just don't want to have anything to do with them anymore. Okay, they know that they messed up big time, and there's no way to really come back and apologize. Some of you don't want to know the apology. For those of you who don't wish to communicate with them anymore, it's a situation where, like, once you've seen a wolf in sheep clothing, like, you cannot go back and see them as a sheep again. I mean, so it's nothing that can really be said or done. They know that things will never be the same. You know, you'll never trust them. You'll never see them the way that you once did. And it's kind of like one of those things that they've done too much. They've done too much to turn back now. Okay? So we're going to tap into the energy and see, like, if a friendship could be resolved, or has too much just really been done. Okay? Before we tap into that, let's go ahead and open up with our prayer. God, I come before you in gratitude today for the growth that you have fostered into my spiritual life. I recognize this journey is your gift, not by my strength, but by your grace. Help me to remain humble and open to your leading, controlling to nurture the fruits of your spirit within me. May I use my growth to bless others and glorify you in all that I do. Thank you for being a constant guide and unfailing source of strength. In Jesus' name, amen. I do ask that my ancestors that have crossed over, my spirit team, my spirit guides, my angels, and my good angel to protect me, my family, my friends, and my collective as I do the reading from any negative influences, any negative harm, anyone trying to any black magic or any negativity at all thrown towards me or my channel in any way. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, first card coming out is Broken Heart. Okay, so this is the number 9, which talks about where we are now. We are in the 9th year. So it is possible that right now someone, you, collective, or the person on your mind is dealing with a broken heart right now. Okay, I do feel like it is a little bit of both. I feel like for those of you who are just starting their spiritual journey, are newcomers, they are now dealing with a broken heart. Okay, they are just coming out of a relationship from the ones that they thought were their life partners or twin flames or soulmates. They are dealing with a broken heart. And for those of you that are further along your spiritual journey, I feel like the person on your mind is dealing with a broken heart. All right. And I do feel like this is the one, like I just spoke about, the ones who they're brokenhearted because I feel like they did not realize at the time what you meant to them. All right, they did not realize that you came into their life to help them to heal. I feel like this is someone who possibly had hurt from not just you, but also hurt from long ago, from past relationships. Whether those past relationships were love relationships or family. I feel like this is someone who did not release pain from the past. And the reason I say that is because this hurt is not just from the center of the heart, but they have hurt here, they have hurt here. So they've had hurt that they've just never healed. They have past hurt they've never healed. Okay, This is somebody who needs to reclaim their power. They need to work on self-care. They need to work on self-love. This is someone who needs to open their heart to the light. They need to open their heart up to divine love, and they need to take the time to heal and have compassion for themselves. They need to make self-care a priority. This is someone who does not have a problem receiving love, but they do not give love. So this is someone that you could have been in a one-sided relationship with, okay? And this caused you to have hurt. So this caused you actually to receive a lot of hurt in this relationship because you kept pouring love into this person, and they were taking love from you because they wanted love, but they weren't able to give love to you due to old experiences that they had. Okay, this is somebody who deals with a lot of grief and loss. It's possible too that this person could have lost a loved one being from a family member, from a friend. Yeah, this is someone who hasn't taken the time to grieve. Someone who's still holding on to that grief, who hasn't let go. So someone who hasn't been able to forgive. They still carrying that on. This is someone who's lost, who's still out here trying to just get by. Someone who's hurting others because they haven't been able to let go or forgive the person who has passed on, or even forgive the person who has hurt them in the past. They feel like everyone's out to hurt them. What else, Spirit? What else is there? Thank you. The next card coming out is Patience. And with this being a 16, this does talk about an unexpected change, some type of upheaval and revelation. So something is going to happen in this person's life. Some unexpected tower moment that's going to come in. Something that they're not expecting that's going to require them to change. That's going to drive them to do something drastic. A drastic change is going to come and going to make a shake up in this person's life. And it's going to happen in divine timing. So they're not going to see this coming. But when it does come, it's going to really shake up to the very core of them. It's going to maybe perhaps cause them to hit rock bottom. But this is something that is fated to happen. Because this person they're not where divine needs them to be, okay? They were required to heal something about them that they did not heal when you entered their life, okay? They're still carrying on what life the way that they feel they need to, in order, like I feel like this person is living a life in a way that is, how can I say it? Toxic. They're living a toxic life, okay? And it's like survival of the fittest. They're just whatever, they're just barely surviving for their stability. All right, and they need to heal, and they haven't healed. They haven't healed their past traumas, their past heartaches, their past betrayals, and they're just getting by, but they're getting by in a toxic way, in toxic environments, in toxic relationships, toxic way of thinking, toxic mindsets, okay? And they're hurting people, they're hurting themselves, they're hurting others. They're in codependent relationships, unhealthy relationships. You know, they're doing things that are just not for their spiritual well-being, okay? And so divine, the universe is going to step in, and it's going to create a tower moment to shake things up, to get them out of this unhealthy mindset, out of these unhealthy environments, out of these unhealthy relationships, to cause them to heal. All right. So what they need to embody at this point is some type of patience. You're being asked to have patience, to allow things to happen in divine timing. They need to have patience to allow things to happen in divine timing. Something could take effect in a winter season. Not only that, but this person, with this being a winter, could have a cold heart at this moment. They could have a cold heart towards people where they're not being warm. They're not dealing with warmth. They're not giving love. They're just taking in love, hurting other people. The time on here says 10:10. 1010 is an angel number. 1010 does talk about spiritual awakening. So this person could be going through a spiritual awakening at this time, or when this shakeup comes about, it could throw this person into a spiritual awakening. What else, spirit guides? What else is there? Third chakra, Archangel Shamiel. Okay, third chakra is your solar plexus. When this chakra is blocked, it talks about insecurities, a person having insecurities. It also talks about a person having low self-esteem. But when this chakra is not blocked, it talks about a person having high self-esteem, transformation, using their sources of power. So this person may be getting ready to go through a transformation. And the fact that this comes about after this card, after the patience card, is divine timing, and the 1010, because I told you the timing on this card is 1010, which does talk about spiritual awakening. So once this person goes to the spiritual awakening that's going to come about, this person is going to have a higher sense of self-esteem. Okay, so when they have this higher sense of self-esteem and go through transformation, they are going to become more in balance with their solar plexus. All right, so they'll be more in balance with that. They'll be able to use their solar plexus more. They'll be more using their power. All right. Not only that, but this talks about Archangel Shamiel. Shamiel is one that we talk about, or we look for, that helps you to discover what you seek as far as getting your peace, your inner peace, discovering what you're here for. Gives you clarity, enlightenment, help you to find objects, helps you to find people. So this person right now, with this broken heart, they don't have inner peace at this moment, and it's because they haven't healed from past trauma, whether it's childhood promises. I'm sorry, not promises, but why do I say promises? Maybe this person made promises to you they weren't able to keep, and which led to you having a broken heart. But this person hasn't been able to heal from prior relationships, broken hearts, tragedies, okay? People passing on, people making promises to them that they did not keep, people betraying them, possibly cheating on them, letting them down, disappointing them, okay? So this person experienced a lot from their childhood, from their relationships, from their marriages, from friends, from family, from relatives or friends passing on with grief, with loss. Okay, they have broken heart from these things that they never heal, and they just keep jumping from one relationship to the next, to the next, looking for something, for happiness, for someone to fulfill that missing void in their life, but not being able to fill that void in their life. And the reason they can't fill that void in their life is because they're not taking the time to heal what they're missing. Okay, they're looking for someone else to heal something for them that they need to take the time to heal. So they don't have inner peace, and that's why they can't find that happiness. So they are going to go through this transformation, that is going to cost them to take time to sit down and heal. And once they take the time to heal that, they are going to find their inner peace. All right, and with this being 37 going on to a 10, it is going to be a time to put a close to them having this heartache. So they are going to take the time to go in and heal this part of their life where they have these insecurities, this part where they feel like they're not enough, they can't give you what they don't have. They are going to find their sense of peace. They are going to move towards their peace. Okay, they're going to raise their self-esteem. They're going to raise their self-worth. They are going to realize that they're enough. They're no longer going to feel insecure. They're going to begin to put more self-love into themselves. They're going to leave unhealthy relationships. They're going to get out of these unhealthy self patterns that they have, okay, and start to move forward. This person's going to begin to heal. They're going to begin to embody all four elements Okay, the elements being the air, the earth, the fire, the wind. Okay, we have water, the air, the earth, and the fire. And I feel like this is something that you're embodying at this time as the Emperor, as the divine feminine, and as the divine masculine. You have healed from everything that you've gone through, and you embody these now. And I feel like you are encouraging this person by something that you're doing to cause them to go in and heal. And I think by them watching you, you're making them want to be a better version of themselves. You're a mentor to this person at some point. Okay, whether you're on some type of platform, whether you're communicating to them, whatever you're doing, you're embodying all of this as your divine masculine, as your divine feminine, and you are manifesting exactly what you want at this point, because you have all your chakras in line, and you're manifesting everything. You've learned how to manipulate all four elements, and you're healing that, and you're becoming the source of healing, and you're causing other people to heal because you've embodied that. Not only have you embodied that, but you have the divine consciousness inside of you. So you have learned how to bring resolution to your physical, your mental, and your emotional. Some of you have been able to unblock stuck energy that you've had in your life. Okay, so if you felt stuck in some point where you felt like your relationships weren't moving, financially you weren't moving, if you felt mentally you were stuck at some point, you've released that now. So you feeling like you have more clarity, you feel like you're happy now, your relationships are moving with peace and with ease. Financially, you feel like things are getting better for you. You feel stronger with your presence now. If you have had health issues, you're getting more clarity on that. You're getting more diagnosis. You're getting better with that. You feel like you're manifesting things. You feel like you have more vitality, more balance, more renewal. There's just a lot of deep healing taking place in your life right now, and you feel more renewed, okay, because you are embodying all four elements in your life right now. What else, spirits? What else? So the person that has the broken heart, the person on your mind, so we do feel like right now that person is not in balance right now. They're looking for some type of balance in their life. But they're not balanced mentally, emotionally, or physically. I do feel like they are trying to do some praying, but right now they're just not in, they just feel like they're not in sync with their angels, with their spirit guides. Mentally, physically, or emotionally, they're out of balance. So they're dealing with probably some headaches, a lot of stress, a lot of worry. It is coming as a 48, which goes to a 12, which is letting me know that this person does need to surrender and let go. But right now, they're not looking at things at another perspective. They are narrow-minded right now in how they see things and how they're looking at life. They're kind of looking at things from one perspective, which is not allowing them to see things from a higher view. So they're at a lower aspect right now. They're not, they're in a lower vibration, and they're looking at things from a lower vibration. And when you look at things from a lower vibration, you look at things from a negative aspect. So they can't, that means that everything that they see, they can't see the positive. Because with the negative aspect on it, they're not, they can't see the happiness in it. They have like a, oh well, it's me, my life is not going well, everything, they just feel like everything is happening to them. They have a victim mentality, or it's me, and nothing I do turns out right, all my relationships fail, no matter what I do, everything is out to get me. They just feel like they're the victim. They're making themselves the victim of everything, and they feel like everybody's out to get them. Nothing they do can turn out right, and that's because they just have a negative way of thinking, a limited way of belief. This is somebody who's not taking accountability to see that maybe they have, it's because of them, it's the choices that they're making, it's the decisions that they're making, is what they're doing. You know, they're not taking the time to heal. Um, they're not taking accountability for the mistakes that they've made, maybe the lies they've told, maybe the dishonesty or decisions that they've made. They're just not taking accountability for their actions. Give me something. What else is there, Spirit? What else is there? Thank you. Yes, indecision. This person had two choices, two paths to take, and it was their indecision to choose. Like, they feel like they had two ways to go. This person could have had more than one woman or more than one man that they wanted to be with. Okay, so they were faced with two options of who they wanted to be with, or two options to go in their life, whether it was career or relationship. And they didn't know who to choose. So this can go both ways. I can read this two ways, collective. Either they didn't make the choice and you made that choice for them because they were straddling the fence. They had a relationship very stagnant as to whether they want to be with you, and so they were blowing hot and cold. You felt like they were entertaining another relationship, so you made the decision for them, and you just said, you know what, I can tell that you're seeing someone else, and I'm not going to be an option for you. So if you feel like you need to entertain someone else, go be with them, and you just moved on and let them be with someone else. Or this person just outright chose another direction and chose the wrong direction. Okay, so either way it goes, like, this person did not go down the path which led towards you, the path that they were being guided to go down with the butterfly down here, the path of transformation, the path of healing, the path of enlightenment. They went down the wrong path, the path of destruction. Okay, the path of complications, the path of consequences. All right, because of their indecision to make that path. So now they're dealing with the 8, which is karma, which is having to overcome obstacles, the path that's going to lead them of taming one's passions. Okay, so now they feel trapped. This person feels trapped because they went to the path of restriction, of self-imposed limitations. All right, and now that's what this person is dealing with now. They feel trapped in their mind because they went through the path that has to deal with restrictions, and they didn't choose the path that was going to lead them away, the path that was the path of healing. Okay, and it was due to their own indecision. All right, so what else is there? So now we have attachment. So coming under the 3rd chakra of Archangel, like, this person now wants to take their their mask off. So when they get done with their healing and coming out of insecurity, this person is going to make a change. They do feel like they are attached. They want to remove the mask because this person is putting on a mask. They are living. They feel like they attach to other responsibilities. They feel like they have attachment to a lot of different priorities. They are attached to an environment, people, places. Maybe they have children with other, you know, in other relationships that they're attached to. They feel like they're codependent. They feel like they have too many responsibilities that they have to manage. They might have a business with someone. They may have commingled monies with someone, property, bank accounts, houses, or house or property. Or not only that, but maybe they're relying on somebody and codependent with somebody. Maybe they're receiving medical insurance with someone, or maybe they're relying on someone like maybe they're receiving Social Security under like their significant other's name or their Social Security benefit. Perhaps maybe they're relying on someone to put a business, car, house, or something in their name because they can't get on their own name. Maybe they're relying on somebody else's credit for them, their name for them. Maybe they had to someone to get a loan for them in for some sense because they couldn't get it in their name. Maybe they're held back by just mental self-beliefs, because this is a chain. So for whatever reason, they do feel chained to someone, and they feel like they can't set themselves free. It could be their own mental beliefs. I do feel like this person wants to set themselves free. I do feel like this person is wants to take the mask off. This person feel like they can't be themselves. All right, they feel like they can't show you authentically who they are. They feel like they have to put on a mask for certain people, pretend to be happy when they're not. They feel like they're really sad and depressed inside, but they have to keep pretending, putting on this certain look, being like an actor or actress for the community, for whoever they're with, for their friends, for the environment. They have to just keep pretending that they're happy in a situation that they're not happy in, okay? Because they feel tied, they feel bound to something, and they want to set themselves free of it. All right, so this is the attachment. This person definitely, this is another 5 coming out. So this person's definitely dealing with a lot of inner and external conflict, because with this 5 does talk about conflict, inner and external conflict that they're dealing with. It also talks about spiritual guidance, as well as overcoming challenges. It could talk about disappointment and abandonment as well, but this person is looking for strength. They're looking for their ancestors. They're looking for the angels to give them strength to be able to walk away from these responsibilities, to walk away from what they're dealing with. And we're looking to more of what they want to, the strength to walk away from, but they are trying to get the strength and the spiritual guidance to come away from a situation, to overcome a challenge, to come away from this regret, this feeling of regret, this feeling of loss, this feeling of grief, this conflict that they're dealing with. This person might be dealing with some financial loss and hardship at this time. I feel like this person is seeking some type of support from the angels, from the spirit guides, from God to help them. They may actually be trying to get support, maybe from maybe someone of wise counsel, maybe a therapist, possibly from someone in the church, a religious person. Someone actually could be trying to talk to someone that deals in tarot, or a spiritual leader or a religious leader or some sense, or maybe even legal advice on how to get out of a situation that they found themselves tied to. Okay, so someone definitely wants to get out of a situation, because they're brokenhearted. They feel like they've gotten themselves into something that was more than they anticipated. But we're going to look more into what this person is attached to and what they're trying to get out of, so that they can mend their broken heart, and how this person is feeling. All right, so let's do some clarification. First, let's get into this broken heart. Spirit guys, tell me more about, thank you. That was quick. All right, let me see. Are these cards upside down? Nope, they're not. This one came in reverse. All right, so the broken heart does talk about, again, a strength card. So we do have strength. So we do have the strength card in reverse, which is going to be our 8. All right, so this person definitely, we have the broken heart being clarified with the strength in reverse. So this person had self-doubt, they had weakness, they were insecure, they like control and insecurity. So this person just doubted that they could love you the way that you needed to be loved. They doubt that you could love them. They didn't feel like they were enough for you. They were very insecure, which I told you with the archangel with the 3rd chakra out here, that if you had a blockage in your 3rd chakra, that I did talk about insecurity, and as well as lack of low self-esteem. So this person definitely had low self-esteem when it came to you. All right, they didn't think that they were enough for you. Maybe they didn't think they had enough money. Maybe they didn't think that they were just enough, because you embody so much. They didn't think that they were giving enough. They didn't think that they were handsome enough or cute enough. Okay, they didn't think that they had anything to offer to you. Maybe they felt like they were giving too much in too many situations. Maybe they had addictions. All right, maybe whatever it was, this person felt like they had a lack. You know, maybe they had a mental problem, maybe they had addictions, maybe they had too many responsibilities, maybe they had a financial loss, maybe they feel like they had anything material to offer you, you know, and maybe you came across as being so independent, so well put together, so smart, so intelligent, you know, just had everything going for you. This person just had insecurities, and they just didn't think that they were enough for you, okay? And maybe they thought that eventually you would move on and you would hurt them. And so they end up hurting you before you can hurt them, okay? But without telling you. And I really feel like this person may have loved you in a way, but they did not share that with you. They didn't tell you how they really felt for you. So we do have the Three of Pentacles coming up, crossing. So what that is telling me is that this person actually was collaborating with someone else. So this person could have put you, they did meet with someone, they collaborated with someone else. And it could have been in a work, and this could have been an earth sign. So they were definitely, they were definitely speaking with someone else with achieving their goals. So they were talking to someone else about you. That is for sure. They spoke to someone else about you and about how they felt about you. Something that they into, and they spoke about someone into what they wanted to achieve. Thank you. They went towards someone else, but they definitely spoke to someone about like which direction they should go in. And they collaborated with someone and to who they should choose and what path they should go. Because they were indecisive about who they should be with. They really thought long and hard about this, like who they would have a stable relationship with, who would equal stability with them. They thought long and hard about it. They were definitely in their head about it. I really feel like this person took a lot of swift action. They made an impulsive move when they went towards someone else, and them going towards someone else with this impulsive risk-taking action really led them to break your heart. But when they did that, when they went towards another party out of passion, out of lust, okay, because that's what it was. It was a lustful situation they went towards, nothing that was built on love. And they actually went towards someone that ended up breaking their heart, okay. It was somebody that ended up feeling like it was turned out to be nothing but burdens to them. A lot of hard work, a lot of responsibility is something that they had to put a lot of work into, a lot of effort into, and now they feel like they're burdened in that situation. They feel like they're carrying a lot of burdens, and they want to put an end to it. Yeah. Now, I feel like this person wants to come towards you. With the Knight of Swords coming out here, I feel like now that they rushed into another situation with the Knight of Wands. They rushed into another situation that turned out to be full of burdens that they want to put an end to. Once they put an end to that, they want to try to come back. They're determined to come back and approach you. And they're trying to build the courage to come in and approach you. Yeah, they're really trying to build up the courage to come towards you. But you guys, I don't feel like you guys are really going to want them. Like, you built up, like, you've moved away, like, you've let go. You've done a lot of personal growth, and you've moved on from this situation. Like, they want to come back towards you, but, like, when you're looking back at this person, and it's like, you know, you're not interested. Like, it's too little too late. You've already moved on. You've healed, you've let go, you've done a lot of personal growth with yourself, and you moved on. And this person sees that you moved on. They see that you walked away from them. They see that you're not thinking about them. They see that you're no longer in your emotions about them. And this person is actually lacking the confidence. They're lacking the confidence now to come towards you because they know that they've done a lot. They know that they've hurt you. They know that they went towards another situation. And offered a love commitment. They know they went towards another situation that they gave love to, a partnership. And they feel in their head about it. They're dealing with a lot of anxiety about that. They're worried. They're in depression. They're not sleeping at night. They're up. They're having nightmares about it. They know what they did was unfair to you. They were dishonest. They went to a relationship where it's imbalanced. They didn't even get love out of it. They went to a situation where they're not even happy. So not only did they cause this unhappiness to you, did they hurt you, but they're not even happy in this relationship. There was no love. It was just passion. It was something that they thought that they were going to build into. They thought they were going to have a loving relationship. They thought they were going to be happy in it. I mean, it was a lot of passion there, but there was no love there. So they caused hurt for you, and in the end, they end up feeling burdened. They feel like taking on a lot of responsibilities. You know, it was impulsive action on their part that end up leaving them feeling anxiety, depressed, full of nightmares, full of worries, full of fear, and just in their head about it. And here you are at the end, the Empress, full of abundance, nurturing, being creative, happy, manifesting everything that you want, creating a legacy for yourself with financial stability. Your pentacles are coming in. You have the 10 of Pentacles, so you're manifesting material wealth. You're having family tradition, family moments. Home is where the heart is. You're creating financial stability for your family and for your future generations. So money is coming in for you. You have great money coming in for you. And it's all because you surrender and let go. You let go of a situation that was not beneficial to you. You let go of a relationship that you saw was bringing you nothing but heartache. That was not working for you. And now this person's left with regrets. They're left with regrets because they didn't choose you. They're dealing with disappointment, loss, and grief because they chose another situation over you, because they were resistant to change. They're feeling the loss and grief for resisting to change because they missed an opportunity with you, because they didn't want to change, because they didn't want to grow. They left your relationship stagnant because they didn't want to change. And now they brought a lot of bad luck on for themselves. And now it's their karma that they have to deal with. They went towards a woman, another choice. If you're a man, then your woman went towards another man. But they went towards another person who did not offer any love to them. So there was no emotional stability in that relationship, okay? There was no nurturing, no empathy. They just went towards someone who's offering no love whatsoever to them. Yeah, they were spiritually guided to move towards you, and they didn't. But I do feel like at this point, like you're offering your person some type of spiritual guidance. So something that you're doing is offering them some spiritual guidance, and they're being spiritually guided to come towards you now. And they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to reach out to them in some sort of way. They're hoping that they can come back towards you. They're hoping that you'll reach out to them. They're waiting from a sign from you to say it's okay for them to reach out, for them to come to you, because they want to balance the relationship between the two of you. They want their friendship back, okay? Because they're heartbroken. They want to bring balance to your relationship. They want to come out of this emotional pain that they're feeling. They're tired of all the conflict that they're dealing with. They're in conflict with themselves. They're in conflict with their friends, their relationships, their family, their environment. They're dealing with internal and external conflict. They're in conflict for betraying you. They want some type of communication with you. They want to communicate with you that they are heartbroken. They want to communicate with you that they feel betrayed. They feel betrayed by you, but yet they betrayed you. But they feel betrayed because you moved on. So they never thought you would leave them, and you did. They never thought that you would turn your back on them, but you did. But you turned it back because they hurt you, because they couldn't make up their mind about who they wanted, because they thought that they can have their cake and eat it too. So they never thought, because you love them so much, because you were always there for them, they never thought that you would ever just move on. They thought that you would always be there for them. They never thought you would choose you over them. Or they never thought that you would see the games that they were playing. But what happened is the sun came out and illuminated everything for you. And when the sun came out and illuminated the games that they were playing, and you saw and you received clarity on everything, you moved on. You moved on and you let go of everything. You let go. Yeah. Because you were dissatisfied. You were dissatisfied because this person was ignoring you. They rejected you for something else. They were so focused on everything else they had going on in life that they weren't paying attention to you. They were out celebrating with other people, giving to other relationships, not focusing on you, exploring other possibilities, other relationships, juggling you and with other people, not being honest with you, okay, procrastinating, moving forward with you in a relationship with you. Okay, and why were they doing this? What? Why were they doing this? What was going on? What was what did that person? But yet they feel inspired. They feel optimistic that you're going to come back. Well, why are they optimistic? They see you being happy, joyful. They see you healing. They're trying to get legal advice. I told you earlier, I feel like this person was trying to get some legal advice. They might have something going on with the court, some paperwork they want to file, possibly to get out of a situation that they're confused about because they don't know which direction to go into, because they're exhausted. Of course they're exhausted. They feel burdened. They feel burdened by their choices. They want to now go in and heal. Now they want to go in and heal. They had an opportunity to go in and heal. They didn't want to heal. But now that you moved on, now that you're happy, now that they see you happy, now that you've gone on, they want to come in. But now they want to come and apologize. They want to come and apologize for being arrogant, for their rash actions. Now, okay, now that they're feeling bitter and angry about you placing boundaries on them. How dare you put boundaries on them that's treating you? Now that you're out here following your dreams and doing what you want to do, believing in yourself when they didn't want to believe in you, because now they have to deal with karmics and these karmic relationships. Now that they're learning lessons about their choices, about them living a double life and being a cheater, being two-faced and backstabbing people. Now they want to come and apologize. Now they want to tell you they think you're their soulmate. But before, they couldn't make up their mind about what they wanted with you. Now they have a clingy ex holding on to them. Now they feel like they're in a dead-end relationship and they know they burned a bridge with you. I think now that they know that things are never going to be the same. They're not. And they're not ever going to be the same, collective. They're never going to be the same because now you see them differently. You see them as a cheater. You see them as a liar. See, cheating with the red lipstick stains. You'll never be able to trust them. You could never trust them again. The contract is broken. You ran around from the situation. If you're married, you got a divorce. If you're staying together, you moved out. Like you don't want to be in a relationship. The contract you guys, spiritual contract you guys have broken. You're leaving them. You run away. You're not looking back. They want to now keep a promise to you, but it's too late. It's too late to keep a promise. You don't want, it's game over. Like I said, it's too late. It's game over. You're using your emotional intelligence now to know that moving forward, you don't want to deal with anyone who plays this type of games. You don't want to deal with anybody that's out here dealing with this tantric sex. You know, you no longer expect a new beginning because you know that they wanted to have a new beginning with somebody else. You know, somebody that good for the trash, somebody's throwaway. You threw this relationship to the curb. Some of you may have had to call the police on them, or this person You may have to call the police on them if they try to come back and they don't understand that it's over. And some of you may have to get a restraining order on this person if they don't leave you alone, if they're not willing to let you go. They do want to tell you something. Something's going to be revealed about this person. You may have already heard something about this person or what they have going on in their relationship or what they have going on with them. They are depressed. They're depressed because they didn't heed to the warning signs that they had to tell them proceed with caution, not to betray you. That the red flags that they had to tell them not to go towards another lifestyle or towards another person, but they did anyway. They went towards a hater, somebody that was hating on you, hating on a relationship, hating on them being with you. Somebody who's watching you, maybe somebody who's wearing shade, somebody throwing shade at you. So they went towards somebody who's very promiscuous, somebody they can't trust, somebody who sleeps around. Somebody who that in their relationship they have trust issues. Somebody who they know is cheating on them. Somebody who they did not use sexual protection with. Possibility somebody they could have had a child with. Somebody who could be saying they're pregnant. Somebody could have got an STD with. Alright. Somebody who they're insecure about. Somebody who's insecure about them. Somebody who knows that they're cheating. I think they're both cheating on each other. Neither one of them trusts one another. If they're not cheating now, they have cheated on each other. They probably could have had an open relationship with one another. Somebody who's copycatting. I feel like somebody was copying you. Either the third party was copying you, trying to mimic you, be like you in some way, or your person's trying to be like you in some way. Okay? But somebody wants to come in and set the record straight about what went on in a relationship. What bullseye out here, you could have told this person that something was going to happen, and it did. And they want to come in and let you know that what you told them was going to happen, happened, and you hit the nail right on the head, you hit the bullseye, but you already knew that. So when they come in and tell you, it's not new news to you, because you already knew it was going to happen, and you already warned them. Like, see, somebody could have gotten pregnant too. There's a possibility that it's just a pregnancy scare, and they may find out the child is not even theirs. Okay. So what is it that this person would like to say to the collective, if they could? Any loving messages this person have for the collective? Because I do feel like this person really does have feelings for the collective. Yeah, they would like to take your relationship to a higher level of commitment. They do have love for you, unconditional love. They do have a lot of affection and attraction towards you. They do need time to heal because they are heartbroken and deeply hurt and sad. They did end up with somebody who turned out to be an enemy. They did put you in competition. The person that they with, they feel like they have to look over their shoulder and they can't trust them. This person is a snake. They have fear of intimacy. That's why they didn't go towards you. They ran from your connection because they weren't ready to open up their heart to give to you. All right. They do want to have a new beginning with you, but they are going through some tragic endings at this time. But it's saying that they would like to, get back out there and date. And they do think that you have met someone, and they would like to take you out on a date. Yeah. You're going to find out something. Something's going to come out to light. You're going to find out something. What do the angels have to say about this? What's the angel message? Communicate clearly. You need to communicate very clearly with this person. If this person comes back to you to talk to you, you need to really communicate clearly how you feel. Whatever boundaries you have, communicate your boundaries very clearly, how you feel about them. If you are willing, for any of you who are willing to give this person a second chance, communicate clearly what your expectations are, how you feel, how they made you feel, what you expect moving forward. For those of you who are not willing to move forward with this person, you need to communicate that clearly as well. Like, don't lead this person on. Don't let them think that they have a chance with you if you do not. Okay, don't play any games with this person. You need to let them know, like, if it's over, it's over. If you're not willing to be friends, you need to communicate that clearly as well. But and then also communicate clearly to your angels and to the universe what you want. Okay, manifest what you want and what you want to bring in. All right. And when you do so, just know that within the next few months, you know, you will manifest your heart's desires. But just always remember, communicate clearly. Always have open communication and say what it is that you want. And as far as is a possibility of the collective and the person getting back together, so the angel says reconsider. You need to really reconsider that. Yeah, reconsider you and them coming back together in union. This person has a lot of healing to do. You know, my point of thought is, you know, if they didn't choose you, if they didn't feel like you were good enough for them in the past, you know, that they had to go towards someone else, put you in competition, not come in and apologize, you know, have these hookups and put you through so much heartache and pain. Really, that's not somebody that you need and that you want. You know, honestly, collective. If you weren't good enough for them, then you're not good enough for them now. Personally, how I feel. All right, you set your boundaries, you did your healing. Keep moving forward. You need somebody who loves you for who you are, that's not intimidated by you, jealous of you, that's happy for you, for who you are, for what you have to offer, that want to see you grow, that want to see you be the best of your ability, that wants to help you be the best version of yourself, encourages you to be the best version of yourself, and help you to grow mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. All right, someone you can depend on, rely on, not someone you can't trust. All right, that's just my words for you. So thank you for joining me on my channel, and until our next visit, have a great day.